This episode of Irritable Dad Syndrome is brought to you completely ad-free, thanks to our friends at Zipperlube.
Hey everybody, we're live. Phone the neighbors, wake the kids. We are live. Boy, is this one going to be a real barn burner.
Yeah.
Whoa. Hello. Just put that anywhere. Yes, I've been stealing that from you.
Uh-huh.
And now, and Cameron stole that from me.
He just says put that anywhere?
Just put that anywhere. Jacob drops a fork while doing the dishes. Just put that anywhere. I'm like, you know what, guys? Would it kill you to stop, letting Mike influence you more than your own dad? Would it kill you?
I live in the real world where men sell propane and propane accessories.
It's time for Irritable Dad Syndrome, now with 3 times the recommended protein. Here are your hosts, Mike and Darin.
Hi, I'm Darin.
Hi, I'm Mike.
Welcome to Irritable Dad Syndrome, Cincinnati's comedy podcast. This is episode 293. And hi, Mike. How you doing?
Hey, good.
We don't talk about politics, but tonight I have a couple of issues that I'm going to talk about. I'm going to give my honest opinion. It may be unpopular, and if it's unpopular with you, you may not welcome me to your cookout or your next Christmas party, and I don't care.
Yeah.
But I am going to express my thoughts this week, and I don't care the consequences.
And I'm going to talk about Avatar, Fire, and Ass. Well, spoiler for how I felt about it.
What did you think about the movie, Mike?
Yeah. How you doing?
I am doing pretty good.
Yeah.
One of the topics I'm going to talk about today, let's just get it all started. We have snow in the forecast. Okay. And boy, did I get hot today on my private Facebook page. Because for the past 3 or 4 days, we've known that there is snow in the forecast. And I see post after post after post after post of people complaining that meteorologists, they don't know what they're talking about. It could be 0 inches of snow. It could be 104 inches of snow. It could happen today. It could happen never. They're just trying to scare people. They're just trying to get clicks. They're just trying to, and I got political. And I mentioned on my Facebook page, I'm like, look, I'm tired of hearing about this because this is what I would like meteorologists to do. I would love it if meteorologists would just stop doing weather completely. And then what would happen is when it snows, people are like, God, I wish somebody had told us. I wish we had gotten a heads up.
Hey, what happened?
How come that's irresponsible not letting us know? Because I would have planned my day better.
Yeah.
I would have prepared. I would have checked to make sure that I had enough salt for my driveway. I would have got the gloves out of the top part of the closet for the kids when they went to school. There's so many things that people would have done had they known it was going to snow. And what I said, this is where I got really hot, Mike. I said, if you think you can do a better job at predicting the weather, then fill out an application and make a tape and send it to the Weather Channel. And this is when you said, everything all right, bruh? I have a lot of friends. I've worked in television for 33 years. I have a lot of friends who are meteorologists, good, smart.
I hear they go
very
to school
intelligent.
for that.
They go to meteorology school.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
Boy, there's nothing people who've studied something enjoy more that when they give their opinion,
Right.
and someone who has no idea what they're talking about tells them how stupid they are.
Right. I don't
never see that these days.
I don't buy a bottle of glue and say, this glue sucks.
Yeah.
I could make better glue than those people who at the freaking glue factory, they're not putting enough horse in this, clearly. I mean, really?
Yeah.
Seriously. And oh my God, when a meteorologist says we'll get between 6 and 10 inches of snow, they're like, well, it could be 0 inches, could be 100 inches of snow. It's like,
It could be. Fairies could in their car for all we know. But here's the point, is that they believe that what they're saying is the conditions are favorable. You listen to what they say. They sound like lawyers.
Yes.
Conditions are favorable for this to happen.
Yes.
We've seen this happen before.
Yes.
You can expect that nobody's coming on and saying you're going to get 1.5 inches of snow on the left side of your house, slightly less on the right side because the winds are going to be going left to right.
From the northwest.
They don't do that.
They don't.
And the people that complain the loudest about the weather people being wrong are wrong about 99% of the stuff in their lives, right?
Yes.
They're the ones that'll
Right.
tell you, go
Right.
play these numbers on the lottery this week. They're going to hit.
Yeah.
It's just...
And you know what? It's not my and then they're like, you're just trying to scare people. Look, it's not my fault that there's snow in the forecast. And then thousands of people rush out and buy every loaf of bread.
It's big bread is behind it. That's what it is.
I'm like, look, if it snows and we get 20 inches of snow, there's a pretty good chance that within 2 or 3 days you'll have it shoveled and you'll be able to go to the grocery store because it's going to be open the next day.
Yeah.
And most people live with this. This isn't like Little House on the Prairie.
So
you don't have to get the mule to ride into town. Paul is going into town. You want some hard candy and flour?
Here's the correct way to look at the weather. When there actually is stuff going on, there's a tornado siren going outside. Booba is like blowing away. She's like hanging onto the tree with her claws for dear life. I want to see what's going on. The Weather Channel's just throwing ads at me left and right, and little things are popping up and everywhere, and I can't see the actual weather that I need to save my life.
Right.
And it bothers me.
Yeah.
But here's how you're supposed to listen to the weather. Everyone listen up.
Yeah.
Oh, gather around.
Yeah.
Uncle Darin got Uncle Mike fired up, and here we go.
Here we go.
Right? You need to know what's going to happen or what people believe are going to happen with the weather. Now, they say that a massive snowstorm is coming through. Is it? Probably. Am I going to lose my mind if it doesn't? No.
Right.
But I've already made a couple of decisions. One, I know that I can't drive my car to work on Monday because I drive a Kia and I don't want to die.
You know
so
what?
I've already made arrangements with Bess. I've said, can you do what you need to do on Monday from home so that I can take your normal car and not die in my Kia?
I borrowed my wife's Kia.
Yeah.
I live like, 4 miles away from you?
Yeah.
So in the time between driving from my house to your house, I had to stop twice and change the oil.
They
guzzle the oil.
So I know that.
Brought to you by Kia.
I also know now that I should probably go to bed really early on Sunday night to get up at least an hour earlier on Monday to be able to get to work on time.
Yes.
Because I have one of those jobs where if I show up late, it's not like I got an extra free hour. It just means I got to stay a few hours late.
Right.
Or I've got to work on a weekend. I don't want to do that. So
Right.
I do what I need to do to get to work on time. Now, if no snow happens, if nothing but fairy dust falls from the skies, and there's leprechauns dancing in the driveway, what happens?
Are you inconvenienced?
No, I got to work an hour early.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll get to leave an hour early. Maybe I'll get more stuff done.
Yes.
And it'll be a fun day.
Yes.
Either way, I win.
like-
The only thing that the news people did, the weather people, the meteorologists, was give me information.
Yeah. The milk and the bread and the eggs that you bought will keep.
They will.
Right? You will still be able to eat and drink them.
Correct.
If you went and bought 200 rolls of toilet paper doesn't spoil, okay?
Yeah.
You will be able to use that.
Right.
And it's like Mike said.
And if you happen to, if you're old and you happen to pass away before you've used all your
someone-
toilet paper,
kids will take that.
I'm pretty sure
transfer it
it's
to
part of the estate. It goes, whatever remaining rolls you have go to your children, right?
Yes,
That's how that works.
Exactly.
It's not like you're going to stop wiping your ass. I mean, you will
No.
when you're dead, but asses need to be wiped. I think we can all agree there.
Yes.
Can we start there?
Yes.
Right.
But I've got a friend,
a
Larry,
good day.
one of my best friends in the whole world, Larry Hanley. He used to be a meteorologist for 25 years or 30 years, for a very, very long time. And he was saying that's like, okay, so you think they might get 10 inches, but you only got 6. That's still impactful. That's still enough of a problem to raise concern.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's like, I rarely do I 100% agree with you, but if I get up early to go into work because there's going to be snow,
You're not
and there's no
pissed.
snow, I got to work early.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Who cares?
Who cares?
You got a good night's sleep.
Yes.
You got some well-needed shut-eye.
Yeah.
Right?
You counted some Z's.
You did.
But guys, let it go. The meteorologists, they're not the bad guys.
Yeah.
They are
And
not.
they have a hard job. Look, what you see, it's not like Jake, the meteorologist, lounges out all night, just running up and down the roads in his hot rod.
You know what crap
And
I'm going to pull tomorrow?
He just pulls into work like 5 minutes before the cameras start, runs in, and just gets in front of things like, hey, zibba, zibba, zabba. And then for 5 minutes, and then just goes out partying for another 24 hours.
Zibba, zabba.
He's got, there's meetings, there's analysis. They get just tons of data.
They have satellite images they track.
Yeah, there's somebody named Daphne, the intern there, that is looking at Excel sheet after Excel sheet of just wind data. And she's pissed. Her boyfriend just dumped her because she's a meteorologist intern who wants to date that. But I digress. See, she has to give all that information.
I've met Daphne. She's a hottie.
She has to give all that information.
She's got a heart of gold, guys.
To Zeke before he gets on the show. But he's been doing this for years. He understands how to read the data. Why?
Yes,
because he went to school for it.
Yes, he is certified by the American Meteorological Association of America.
Yeah, and
the AMA.
And they do not suffer fools lightly. Let me tell you. Nobody ever talks about when they're right. Right?
Yeah, that was my next point. Nobody calls the station and says, "Hey, Mark, I just wanted to say you called a lot of snow and I worked from home today. Thank you." They don't call the station and thank people.
I've never called the station in the middle of July and said, "Hey, it was sunny today and you said it was going to be sunny. What the
Right.
It's never happened."
Right. And during the summer when people are planning weddings, they go on and they watch the weather forecast. Is it supposed to rain today? Because it's like you need a plan to know if you should bring that wedding indoors.
And
it's like meteorologists, they're not the bad guy people. Let it go.
No, we're going on this. We're still
Let it go.
You got me on a roll here because I got all freaked out by the weather reporting when we were going to Florida. When I was taking my family to Florida, it said it was going to storm every day. Weather is region dependent, right?
Yes.
It does storm every day in Florida. Like every day, right? But it storms for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
The sharks go underwater.
Yeah.
The parasails, they just hang out for a minute or two, and then they have another 23 hours and 55 minutes of sunshine. Yes, even at night, and then they have another 5-minute storm. So technically, the weather report was correct. We would wake up in the morning and the giraffes were wet.
My question is, what the hell?
We were at the animal kingdom.
You felt the giraffe?
You'd have a wet
giraffe is wet.
Well, you can see the moisture glisten on their
giraffe gets so wet.
Their giraffe knobs out there in the. Sorry, that's coming out of my head.
I don't look at the
audio
knobs.
podcast.
I'm a married man. Oh my God.
But the point is, back off of the meteorologists.
But people don't recognize when the meteorologists are right.
Yeah.
And it infuriates me. You'd think that I was married to a meteorologist or that I was a meteorologist. But I have very good friends who I've known for a long time, for decades, who put so much heart and soul and care into their work. Yeah. And it pisses me off when you poo-poo on them. So stop it.
Yeah, and let me tell you this. If you're ever watching the news and the meteorologist just runs away. It's one of those, like, you've seen those bomb tech. If you see me running, try to catch up.
Yeah.
Wherever the meteorologist is running, you run with him or her.
Yes.
There.
Oh,
right.
And when there's a hurricane or a tornado alert and people get pissed, you're covering up The Bachelor. Oh my God. You can go on Paramount Plus or Peacock or whatever channel runs The Bachelor, and you can watch The Bachelor the next day. Or when there's a tornado warning, when there's a tornado alert, when there's anything.
Or you could light a candle and read a book and try to regrow some brain cells. You do that too.
Yes.
You could study how to be a meteorologist.
Yeah.
So maybe you can show them how to do their job.
Exactly. Fill out the application, make your tape, and send it to your local TV station. And if you do a better job at predicting the weather. Thank you.
You're listening to Irritable Dad Syndrome. Now with more bacon.
Well, you got me fired up on that one.
Well, here's the next thing I want to complain about. If I ever become president, this is going to be in all 50 states. If you own a restaurant, if your restaurant serves French fries, you also will serve tater tots at no extra charge. Okay? French fries and tater tots. People deserve an option. And now this is where it gets worse. Okay? This is where this is the hill I'm going to die on.
Okay.
I don't want anybody serving potato chips and then upcharging for French fries.
Oh.
You can go screw yourself. Okay? If you have potato chips, kick rocks.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody, millions of restaurants serves French fries. It's not that hard to do. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you have potato chips, you also have French fries at no extra charge. And if you have French fries, you also have tater tots at no extra charge.
Yeah, I have a request.
What's
if
that?
you serve potato chips, just call them potato chips.
Yeah,
I
don't
don't
call
want to
them
hear about Saratoga chips
crisps.
or crisps.
Yeah.
Or whatever the hell. I don't need to, or kettle cooked or whatever. Kettle board chips.
I have kettle chips. Yeah,
They're potato chips.
Yeah, they're
I don't
potato.
need to. I don't need to know how they got here. No. I didn't ask you how the cow died. A gently strangled cow. No, just.
But was it a free-range cow?
No.
That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
Did it live a good life before we killed it and ate it? Yeah. Sorry, man, but it's like tater tots are. Now you may disagree with me, and this is where tater tots are better than French fries.
I'm not following you down that lane.
They just are. I think so.
Now, when I was a kid, I thought tater tots. I thought this is it. This is the pinnacle of human innovation, right?
Yeah.
You've taken a fry and you've made it better.
Smell. Yeah.
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 But as time's gone on, and then I discovered steak fries, and now I'm on the crinkly. I've been on the crinkly fry kick for about 15 years.
Yeah.
And I think after 15 years, you don't really get off that ride.
What do you think about waffle fries?
I do not like waffle fries.
Not even at the Chick-fil-A?
No.
Okay.
And I refused to eat there for a long time because of the waffle fries.
Oh, okay.
They're just so condescending.
How is a waffle fry?
We have a waffle fry. Oh, wow. Really? Do you? Do you cut it in a waffle shape and you think that makes it better than a regular
fry? By the way, if it's a waffle fry, how come you don't put syrup on it? Huh?
Yeah.
Where's your syrup, Chick-fil-A?
It's waffle fries are mostly crust and very little fry. The fry to center ratio is way off. The crinkle cut is the opposite. You got a lot of fry in a small amount of crust.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same thing with steak fries are a bit too much. Steak fries are just shards of a baked potato.
Steak fries get really soft and fluffy in the middle.
Yeah. It's that's too far. Crinkle's the right mix.
But the real thin French fries are the ones that get super crispy.
Yeah.
I like crispy fries. By the way, I love my wife very much. Every restaurant she goes to, she asks for extra crispy French fries, and they say sure.
Yeah.
And they don't do anything.
No.
They never make her French fries extra crispy.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
Somebody told me, hey, if you want to get a fresh McDonald's burger, then you ask them
to do something different. Can you put 2 pieces of cheese on it?
And for a while,
no
I
pickles.
thought that's how you get the good burgers.
Yes.
And it took me years until I realized there are no good burgers there. It doesn't matter whether you get the one that the teenager just put together like an art project or the one that's been sitting under the heat lamp for the past 5 minutes. They're the same thing.
No, when I go to the McDonald's, if I order a quarter pounder, a Royale with cheese, I will ask for no mustard and no onion. Okay. And then I notice that my burger does taste a little fresher than the last one that I had there. Yeah. Now, we've talked about this. When my family, if we go to a drive-through, I let them order. I don't order for them because
I refuse.
They all have. I want this with extra ketchup and this one with no mayonnaise. Yes. And this one I want with 2 pickles. Can you just put 2 pickles on it, please?
Yeah.
And then I want the sandwich without a bun. Okay.
It's so selfish. Here's the thing. And does it make you not want to order anything near what they order because they're going to yours up too? That's where I get messed up. Is I will go through the drive-through and I want a quarter pounder of cheese because that's what I get because I'm an American.
Yeah, yeah.
And then somebody will be like, I want a quarter pounder but no cheese. I was like, oh, here we go.
Right.
Now I got to say, make sure mine has cheese.
Right.
Then somebody doesn't want pickles. And then I have to I say I want pickles. And then they may think that means extra pickles. And then I get a Big Mac. I don't want a Big Mac.
And the more likely, the more changes you make, the more likely someone's sandwich is going to be wrong.
When we pull up, I have Bess do the ordering because I don't want to deal with it.
I don't deal with it.
I lean back a little bit and I stare at because they have a camera, they're watching you.
Yes.
I just stare at the camera.
If you don't break eye contact,
with,
do you?
With my most Charles Grodin look. You know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly.
Every time they
exactly
that him and Robert De Niro were talking to somebody in Midnight Run, Charles Grodin is looking at the person they're talking to like, Well, and you're just hearing, I want a the cone, but I don't want it to be a waffle cone, but take half of it and dip it in the syrup, and the other half and dip it in the chocolate, and put like one nut on the side and then some fudge on the other side.
Yeah.
Time now for the Culver's Story of the Week.
Speaking of fast food restaurants, I've mentioned on this podcast before that my son now works at Culver's. He has worked there for a little over a year.
They got the meats.
And, oh my God, are their burgers good at Culver's. The hamburgers are just amazingly good at Culver's. I love eating burgers at Culver's. So there was one night where my mom and I went to Culver's and we were going to grab a burger, and Cameron was working, and then we thought we'll say hi to Cameron, we'll get a burger, whatever. So Cameron says, hey, I'm getting off work in 20 minutes and I was going to order something. Can I come over and eat with you guys? Oh. And I wanted to go, no.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah. Of course. Yes, please.
But sit at that table over there.
We will
face away from us.
That's right. And I don't want to hear you chewing. So we're like, yes. So Cameron ordered his food. He came over and he's sitting at the table and he is eating his food with me and my mom, which is Cameron's grandmother. A lady who works at Culver's comes over and she says, hi, Cameron. He says, hi. And she says, oh, and these must be your grandparents.
Grandpappy Darin. Wow.
That's right. For the first time ever, I was mistaken for Cameron's grandpa.
No, where were we? Oh, yeah.
The look on my mom's face.
Yeah.
Oh, it was hilarious. And then Cameron was like, trying not to spit up food.
Yeah.
And I was polite to the woman.
Actually, I'm his brother.
I said, actually, this is his grandmother. I am his father. And the lady was like, oh, my God. And she's like, well, I mean, because sometimes when people come in and you don't know if, and then, because, and I said, it's okay. Yeah. Stand down. We're all good. And Cameron's like, is this going on the podcast? This is going on the podcast.
It's the age version of the pointing at the lady and say, when's it due?
Yeah. Who was the comedian? I don't care if there's a head coming out of the woman's vagina. You don't ask if she's pregnant. Yeah. Yeah. So this lady thought I was Cameron's grandfather.
That's good.
I'm that old, guys.
This has been the Culver's Story of the Week.
Speaking of tater tots, I've got a complaint, and this was something that you were complaining about, I think, in season 1 of this podcast.
Oh, geez, do we agree on something?
Yeah. Oh no, you and I we agree on a lot of things. I don't think
I bitch.
If you and I disagreed more than not, then I don't know how. I don't think we would be able to do this podcast as long as we have. We're almost at 200. We're almost at 300 episodes.
That's a lot of.
I wanted to make a breakfast casserole. Okay, so I'm at the store. And I'm by the way, don't try and look up a recipe at the store because you're standing in the middle of the aisle and I'm blocking the aisle and I keep getting in people's way. And then there's several aisles at my local Kroger that has horrible Wi-Fi. So you go from aisle 8 over to 6. Oh, I can look up this. Anyway, so I'm looking up this recipe for a breakfast casserole and it doesn't need to be this hard. Okay. It's
I know where you're going.
This is a delicious recipe that the whole entire family will love. It's hearty. They love describing it as hearty. It's hearty. It's packed full of flavor.
Yeah. Once while I walk in my grandmother's house.
Yeah. It's reminiscent of when you were a kid and you would wake up to the aroma of, and then I'm like,
it's an ad.
I just
music video plays.
I just click here for the recipe. So I click there for the recipe and it sends me a bunch of ads.
Yeah.
And you're scrolling and you're scrolling and you're scrolling and it says, all you need is sausage and you can use hash browns and you can put peppers and onions if you like. I'm like, well, of course I can put mushrooms in it if I like. I know that. And it says you can put cheese. I prefer cheddar. Well, okay. I need to know how much. I need to know the amount.
You can use tofu if you're a communist.
I need to know how many potatoes and then how many eggs because you don't want to over egg the casserole.
No,
if you over egg it, it's gonna make the bottom of it kind of runny.
You'll be running out of town.
And I am just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and after like 10 minutes, of jacking around with this flipping website. I found the recipe, and it doesn't need to be that difficult, guys. Just put what you put in it, how much, and how long it takes to make it. Because that was the biggest thing. I'm like, what, is it $350 or do I make it at $400? Do I do it for an hour? Or do I do it for?
You triggered me a little bit here.
But no, because you were talking about trying to make something. This was a long time ago.
A long time, 5 years ago.
Yeah. And you had the same thing.
I had a recent thing, and it was a breakfast casserole as well. It was a new version though that really this was insidious.
Oh, insidious.
It was the same thing. You got to scroll for about 3 or 4 straight minutes to get to the actual recipe, but it didn't have the amounts.
Yeah,
and it said there was a little tag. That said,
by the way, you could put sausage or you could put hamburger if you want. I know I can.
It would get to the point where it'd say add the thing, and it would say add the salt, add the egg, add the egg substitute, add the cottage cheese. It said cottage cheese. And I'm like, how much? And then at the bottom of that, it said the amounts are in the recipe card at the bottom of it. So I go all the way to the bottom.
And there's no bottom.
There's nothing there.
It's
it just keeps going and going.
Pit.
So I scroll back up, and I finally found the recipe card that only had the amounts. So you had to, what I ended up doing was I screenshot that card.
I did the same thing.
And then scrolled back up to the things where you make it, and I screenshot that, and I shut the phone down and went on about my day, getting the ingredients and then going back and making it.
Yeah. It's like, it's not supposed to be this difficult.
That's not.
By the way, do you, you're on TikTok.
Yeah.
Do you follow Pepper Belly Pete? There is a guy.
Most of the videos that I save and watch are is he the guy with the skillet?
He's got.
You're going to have to get a new house if you buy this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pepper Belly Pete. He on his right hand, he has this wristband with like 5 types of hot sauce.
Yes.
And he wears a cowboy hat. And every video, it's the same. If you like fudge, you better not make this unless you plan on making it every single day. Let's get started. And
if you like chili, you better pave your front yard and make it into a new parking lot
because people are going to be in line all around the block.
Yeah.
Let's get started. I love Pepper Belly Pete. And then everything he makes. I like a little zippy zap on mine. He puts a little bit of hot sauce on his. I watch it. I'm like, it looks great, but he puts like 4 jalapeno peppers in everything he makes. He made peanut butter fudge with a jalapeno. I'm not kidding.
That's awesome.
Peanut butter fudge with a jalapeno spread. It puts a little kick in it, and people are going to line up for a block to eat this.
Have you seen the guy? I don't know his name, but he's abusive, and he does the recipes. So he'll just like get a bowl, throw 3 eggs in there, and whisk them. You son of a bitch, you know. And then he'll be like, put the flour on top of the egg.
That would annoy me.
It's hilarious.
Okay.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
I haven't made any of his stuff yet because I can't keep the volume up. I have kids.
Well, that's something I was talking to you about before we started the show. But I was watching The Rip with Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, and every other word is the F-bomb. And after like 15 minutes, I mean, it was Friday night family movie night.
You can't do that on family movie night.
We were all just like, okay, we get it. You know what the F word is. Do you know any other words?
Yeah.
And it just got old. And that's why, one of the reasons why I didn't really enjoy the Wolf of Wall Street. It's a great movie.
I love that.
It's a very well-made, well-acted movie. But my God, the F-bomb after F-bomb after F-bomb, and the same thing with a lot of Quentin Tarantino's movies. It's like they're good movies, but it just annoys me. And maybe I'm an old man. Maybe I'm a prude. Some of it's funny. Some of it works.
Well,
okay.
I mean, I will say a movie that uses it to an art form is The Big Lebowski.
Fair enough.
Even if it's family movie night.
No, we
haven't
happens. Watched The Big Lebowski.
This is what happens when you can't make that any better.
No, you can't.
You see what happens, Larry.
Walter.
This portion of Irritable Dad Syndrome is brought to you by Zipper Lube. Are you tired of wasting hours of your precious time futzing around trying to open and close sticky zippers? Well, have a seat, Tony. I have a product for you. Just rub some Zipper Lube across that annoying zipper and your problems will magically disappear. Easy up, easy down, easy all around. Zipper Lube, available wherever quality zipper-related products are sold.
we started watching King of the Hill.
Okay.
And I don't know if you watched King of the Hill.
I never watched King of the Hill.
Oh, my God. Okay. I don't know who.
It's Mike Judge. I love Mike Judge.
Mike Judge is an American treasure. Okay. And King of the Hill was rebooted, and somebody, it was Cameron or Jacob, asked if we could watch King of the Hill. And I'm like, yeah, we can watch King of the Hill. I haven't watched it since the 90s. Okay. Yeah. And watching King of the Hill is kind of like smoking cigarettes, okay? In that, as soon as you watch it, you will start talking like Hank Hill.
Bobby, I didn't think I'd ever need to tell you this, but I would be a bad parent if I didn't. Soccer was invented by European ladies to keep them busy while their husbands did the cooking.
Okay?
Yeah.
And we started at the beginning. I know they've rebooted it, and I will watch the new rebooted episodes when we get there, but we are loving every episode of King of the Hill. And like I said, I went to Kroger, and I'm talking to myself, boy, why'd they make that hot and spicy? If I eat that, I'm going to be up all night with acid reflux. I'll tell you what. Yeah. And then, Cameron, stop dancing now. And I mean, the animation at the time was absolutely horrible, but it didn't matter.
It didn't matter.
It didn't matter because it's like the same animation that they used for
Beavis and Butthead.
Beavis and Butthead, yeah. And like Mike Judge is an American treasure. He did Hank Hill and he did Boomhauer.
Yep.
On that show. And on Beavis and Butthead, he was Beavis and Butthead and Mr. Anderson, the teacher. He did like six or seven, but he did like 6 or 7 voices on
he
Beavis
made
and Butthead.
Office Space, which puts him in the Comedy Hall of Fame
yes.
right there. And Idiocracy.
Yes. When you make Office Space, you have what's called a pass.
Yeah.
Anything he makes from now on, if it's not good, he made Office Space.
And I will say, I will single out a scene from Idiocracy. Mm-hmm. I don't care if you throw away the whole movie. The best scene this is going to be in the top 5 comedy scenes of all time for me personally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
is when the judge walks in, hits the gavel, and says, "We're gonna get some justice done up in here." It almost killed me.
Nice.
I was eating popcorn and I almost choked to death. It's just classic. And he himself, I've seen. If you've ever seen some interviews with Mike Judge himself, like on, he did the late night circuit for a while. Mm-hmm. He's just like a naturally funny guy.
Yes,
telling stories about making the different scenes.
Yeah.
He's just he seems like he'd be a hoot to hang out with.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Letterman was a huge fan of Mike Judge. Yeah. And of Beavis and Butthead. He had Beavis and Butthead on the show one time. That he introduced them, and the 2 animated characters come out, shut up, man. Cut it out,
Yeah.
And Dave smacks Butthead right back. That was cool, And it was, and he was even on, was it Newsweek magazine where Dave was on the cover with Beavis and Butthead?
All right.
Yeah, Dave loved Beavis and Butthead, and he loved Mike Judge. But yeah, I mean, if you haven't watched King of the Hill, check it out and go back to the beginning. And we have thoroughly enjoyed every episode that we have watched. His wife, Peggy, is awesome. Luann, his niece, is awesome. And Bobby. My God.
Bobby, if you weren't my son, I'd hug you.
Bobby, stop dancing now. Dad, I can't do an impression of Bobby. But Bobby is hilarious. Oh, Libby has a correction for the podcast, by the way. If she comes home and she's like, "Oh, I found a mistake," I'm like, "One? You found just one mistake in the podcast?" Apparently, when we were talking about Stranger Things, I was complaining about the dad, and I didn't like that they didn't give him a character, or they didn't give him a hero arc like they did the mom. And she's like, "I like the mom." I'm like, I like the mom too, but I think that they poo-pooed on the father all 5 years that the show was on. They just, never really gave him anything to do besides just sit there and be dull, right? He had an opportunity to really shine, and they didn't let him shine.
Yeah.
Anyway, she said, "Well, the mistake that we made, Mike, or the mistake that I made, is I said he was fighting Vecna. He wasn't fighting Vecna. He was fighting one of the flower dogs." And I said, "Look, Libby, the flower dogs work for Vecna.
Okay.
So him fighting a flower dog is him fighting Vecna." because he sent them.
Goblins can't do that. Only orcs can do that because goblins roll 1 to 4 for damage, and orcs are 2 to 8, and you can't do that if you're a goblin.
Did you see? Did you see that?
Nerd.
What's the kid's name without the gums, without the teeth? Dustin. Dustin was speaking at the high school graduation. Spoiler.
He was a valedictorian.
Valedictorian, and somebody on the there's a Facebook page for people who've worked in television all their lives, and they said that the microphone and this that he was using wasn't available till like 1996. Like, okay.
See, congratulations.
You can spot a microphone that's out of sequence.
Congratulations to Stranger Things. You've reached Star Trek levels of nerd.
Oh, that's true.
You know, there was like the sweet spot. Doctor, you remember was it Mr. Who? Doctor Who?
Doctor Who.
The original Doctor Who, when it was like a dude with bad teeth and a fro running around in England and being chased by these basically Dyson vacuum cleaners with a dustpan hanging off of them.
Yeah.
And you could see the guy pulling the rope, like pulling the robot across the rocks, and it would trip a little bit. And Doctor Who, Mr. Who, is running from it. And it's like they're pulling over. But you could hear it like a British guy go, you know, in the background because the sound sucked. Nobody batted an eye. Right. Then you get to Star Trek, and it's like, actually, there are 3 buttons on Spock's tricorder and only 2 on Captain Kirk's. And then some other jackass will come in and say, oh, that's because he's the captain. He only needs 2. The one extra one on Spock's is for the science report. Like, no, it's when they were making them in the little craft shop off to the side, they ran out of buttons, and the guy said, just put it on the screen. Nobody's going to care anyway. I feel like, what's the guy in, it's like Galaxy Quest, one of the best movies ever made, the Tim Allen
and Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah.
So I got
by Ragnar's hammer.
I have a beef with Doctor Who, and more a beef with my friends Shannon and Chad, because back in the 90s when we would go to Gatsby's, that was our bar. Week after week after week after week, the only thing they would talk about is what happened this week on Babylon 5. Babylon 5. And did you see that Mr. Babylon and his 5 whatever did this?
I never saw Babylon 1 through 4. How can I watch Babylon 5?
I mean, that's all they talked about. I'm like, guys, can we talk about Homicide: Life on the Street or anything else besides Babylon 5? So it was week after week, Babylon 5 and Babylon 5. Well, one week we're there and I've got my beer and somebody brings up Doctor Who. I'm like, I've seen a few episodes of Doctor Who, and I said my favorite episode of Doctor Who was when he was on kind of like this rock island. Okay,
it's like every episode of
well, maybe, but
it's either that or a hallway.
So he's on this island, and it's all rock. I mean, there's no vegetation, there's no the trees or anything. It's just mainly rock. And the villain in this episode has his head looks kind of like a potato, and he puts this bar on top of Doctor Who. And this was the Doctor Who with the curly brown hair, and he did every Doctor Who wear a scarf?
It was, I know the one you're talking about. It's the same one that was being chased by the vacuum cleaner in the episode I saw.
Yeah. So he puts this weight bar on top of Doctor Who, and he keeps increasing the weight, and it's slowly crushing Doctor Who. And I'm talking about this episode, and Shannon and Chad, the biggest nerds of all time, go, yeah, I don't have no idea what you're talking about. That didn't happen. I'm like, oh, it did happen. I did. Yeah, Dagwood, that's not an episode of Doctor Who. And I got so mad. I was so pissed at them. That's the story.
I'm gonna Bess's sister. I'm gonna rant a little bit on Bess's sister before we start.
Should we start? Oh, okay.
You can feather this in later.
Sure.
This is comedy gold.
Oh yeah.
Bess's sister. I've known this woman nigh on 30. Is it 30 year? Almost 30 years at this point.
Sounds right.
She's always been anti. I don't want to watch anything. If it has a horse in it, I'm not watching.
Right. You told me about that. Yeah.
Lord of the Rings, nope, it's got horses.
Horses.
Princess Bride, Game of Thrones, nope, horses. Doesn't like the nerdy stuff.
Secretariat,
right? She's married to Jim Boyce and doesn't want to watch the nerdy stuff. I mean, how does that work?
How?
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. doesn't want to talk about any nerdy thing. So I got to the point where when I'm talking about a nerdy thing, it's with Jim. We're off to the side.
All right.
Hey, did you see the new Hobbit? Yeah,
it's got a horse. Did you see the horse in that?
So and then just randomly, we're sitting in their living room, and Doctor Who comes on, and Laura, Bess's sister, says, "Oh, let's watch Doctor Who." And I'm like, it was like a record scratch. I was like, whoa, hold on. Doctor Who is the thing that nerds make fun of other people for. What, like you Star Wars and Star Trek people make fun of Doctor Who people. Yeah. You know what I mean? The people that you think are stupid walking around with their lightsabers and their tricorders, they look at Doctor Who like, man, have you ever touched grass? Have you ever seen a girl?
Kind of like in South Park when they're playing the Lord of the Rings. Those are the guys that are playing Harry Potter.
That's right.
We're playing Lord of the Rings.
So this past weekend, we went to see Avatar: Fire and Ash. Andrew was really excited for it. Here's the deal. Avatar movies are somewhat lengthy.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes.
And they are event movies. Now, do you remember when the first Avatar came out?
I do.
It was
a game changer.
Kids, there were news articles. There were people who went to that movie over and over and over in tears.
Yeah. That's why today it's still the highest grossing motion picture of all time.
The most amazing 3D you've ever seen.
The 3D was insane.
Reach right out and touch the weird grass.
Oh yeah, with the glasses you could see the pink things floating around in the jungle.
And it was
mind blowing.
Yeah. So Bess and I went to go see it. And I was like, that is really amazing.
Libby and I were on a date.
My first thought, and then my second thought was when the movie ended, I was like, that was Dances with Wolves.
It was Dances with Wolves.
It was Dances with Wolves.
Yes.
And I was a little annoyed, but then I was like, technologically, I remember the panther, weird panther that chased him through the woods. I thought that was cool. And I was like, yeah, you got the technology versus the whatever, but it's basically Dances with Wolves.
And then South Park did Dances with Smurfs.
So life continues, and then
45
James
years
Cameron,
pass.
It's just happened with a few properties where the creator will come up with the first one and they say, I'm going to make like 8 of these.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, calm down.
Yeah.
Strap those things down a little bit. And
put that back in your pocket.
Put that back in your pocket. And then nothing came out of James Cameron. I think he went in a submarine for a bit. He did some things.
He did some documentaries about Titanic because he thought he owned the Titanic.
Yeah, and then other movies came out.
He may own the Titanic.
Other 3D movies came out. Life went on. And finally, out of the blue, James Cameron said, hey, I'm going to make an Avatar movie. Whoa. The second one?
Yeah.
Or because we thought you decided not to do that.
Right.
The Way of Water.
How many years in between?
It's like 30 or something. Anyway, the point is, it really wasn't that long. But I mean, I'll tell you this.
It felt like
I'll tell you how long it was. Bess and I saw the first Avatar. We didn't have kids.
Right.
The second one, Andrew went with his friends to see it.
Yeah. Right.
And he was at the age where, I'm not going with Dad. I'm going to go see it with the friends. So I just never went to see it. I didn't want to see it enough to go see it by myself. But I still kind of wanted to see it.
The first one came out in 2009. The Way of Water came out in 2022. So that's...
Well, Andrew was 2.
Can you subtract?
It must have been. So Avatar, we must have had...
That's like 29 years in between.
Anyway, I went to see The Way of Water just a few months ago. It came back into IMAX. It was part of a promotion for Fire and Ash. Because they showed like a 2-minute clip from Fire and Ash at the end. It was like, instead of the Marvel stinger, here's 2 or 3 minutes of the Fire and Ash. So Andrew's like all pumped. I'm slightly pumped. I mean, I want to see it, but at the same weekend, the Lord of the Rings are back in the frickin' theaters.
I know.
There's a Balrog. There's
the Balrog.
There's.
You see, and we're complaining about long movies when the Lord of the Rings was a long movie.
Yeah, but come on, but
the Lord of the Rings is a.
I think they're still in they are still in the theaters. It's still possible this weekend. It's still possible to go to IMAX and see Aragorn look at the screen one last time and say for Frodo, and then just go at the orcs with his sword. Okay?
Yeah. You shall not pass.
And the whole thing. And
chills.
Yeah. And, toss me. Don't tell the elf. Perfect movies. The perfect movies.
Yes, they are.
So, but we all agreed we're going to go see Avatar. And we got about an hour into Avatar, and I thought, I thought there was going to be more volcanoes and ash and fire.
Yeah.
It's a lot of water. And this is the same pool that they were dancing in the last movie.
Yeah, with
the whales. And they're having the same, and the whales, they're having that
Ookla
drama
and,
again.
yeah.
I think they got over Bupo the whale was cast out because he did something with his fin that the other whales didn't appreciate, so he had to go far away.
He should have known better.
And I thought by the end of Way of Water, Bupo was reunited with his pod.
But no,
it's a pod
it's a pod of whales.
I thought he was reunited with his pod,
good.
but apparently not. The pod's pissed. I guess Bupo did something with his fin again.
Exiled. Stop doing that with your fin.
It's
Bupo.
been some time.
That's not appropriate.
It's been a little time. There was a guy, spoiler for Way of Water, who clearly did not live. He had his arm chopped off and he flew off into the water, and we assumed that one of Bupo's buddies ate him. He's back in this one with a mechanical arm. And I'm like, you can't Anakin that guy.
Right.
You can't. He's whale food, man.
Yes.
You can't bring him back, but they did.
He's chum.
And there's a scene. See if this sounds familiar. There's a whaling scene where they go out to kill the whales.
Yes.
And Bupo shows up. They had a whole. There was a whole 20-minute scene, kind of like the Ents in the Two Towers. You know when the two little hobbits are like, "You guys got to go fight," and they're like, "Well, we got to say good morning."
Exactly.
It was like that, but with the whales. And I'm like, oh gosh. And the whole time I'm
we
like,
don't say anything.
The whole time I'm like, what's your guys' problem?
Long time saying it.
Why are you so mad at Bupo? You guys were okay with him at the end of the last movie. What did he do again?
What's wrong with Bupo?
What's the deal with Bupo?
What's the deal with Bupo?
And then he comes in, Bupo comes in again, and it's like, I don't care because we already did this.
Yeah.
And I remember, and then they have a big battle with the humans in the same pool.
Yes.
With the same people.
Yes.
And the same whales, except one of them has an earring somehow.
Yeah. He went to Spencer's and got it
And
pierced.
I remember thinking during the battle, this is ridiculous. I bet, because one of my favorite scenes from The Way of Water is when Jake Sully, the main blue guy, comes out of the water and is walking up the steel girder onto the platform that had been destroyed to like take his revenge or get whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, that was badass. It was very similar if you've watched, Aliens, when the elevator opens and she's standing there with Ripley is standing there with the thing. And I was like, I remember I thought they're going to reuse that scene. And sure enough, I see the platform go down to the water.
Shing.
There's a steel thing. And I was like, they're going to have that dude walk up. And he did.
Yeah.
He walked up and he was stalking. And instead of being really, really cool, I was like, come on, man.
Yeah. No, there was a scene in Fire and Ash where they were having the big battle and not Jake Sully, but the blonde kid.
Tarzan. What the hell's his name?
Doogie is out in the water, and then they're like on this rock and they're watching the battle, and they're like, we're going to go in. And they went underwater and swam over and then snuck onto the steel girder. And I'm like, this was copied and pasted from The Way of Water.
A lot of it was
there
copied.
was a lot of stuff that looked to me a lot like identical to what was in The Way of Water.
Yeah, and when they showed Corporal Hemingway walk into the Ashlands, I remember I kind of set up a scene. It's like, okay, here we go. A new Fire and Ash. Here it is. We're going away from the water. They have the little talk. They play Jenga or whatever they do in the hut. And then they go back to the water world. And I'm like, come on, James Cameron, please. Yeah. Okay. I know you have a water thing. I do too.
Yeah.
I think it's fascinating.
I like water just as much as the next guy.
I watched the submarine where he went down the trench. Me and Bess. I watched it. You can pay for the whole seat. You only need the edge. I was on the edge of this seat right behind us watching that. I was like, my Lord, this guy is amazing.
Yeah.
He made the Terminator. He made Aliens, and he went to the trench. We get it.
Yeah.
Can you not? The next Avatar movie cannot be on a boat.
Are there
a Carnival cruise?
And are there?
It's just got to be.
How many more are there?
Well, I think he originally said there were going to be 7, And I thought, the first one was like, hey, here we are, we're the blue people.
Was it
the second one's in the water?
Was it
7?
Was it James Cameron?
5 or 7?
Was it Cameron who was really critical about like all the Marvel movies that they're making?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. There's a pot calling the kettle black.
At least they have different worlds and different plot lines.
They do, yeah. And here,
but
and,
dude, you
and
copied your second
Jim Cameron,
movie
if you're listening, which you probably are, welcome to Irritable Dad Syndrome. I'm Mike. I'm Darin. This is Mike.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy. I don't know which one is which. We've been doing this show for so long. I think I'm you.
Yeah.
Look, a big fan of Terminator, even though the special effects don't hold up. Terminator 2, really cool.
Yeah.
The thumb up at the end, cheesy. But still.
I dug the thumbs up at the end. Yeah.
Okay, but still, Terminator 2 was a badass motion picture. True Lies, forget about it. God, True Lies was so much entertainment.
I said to myself, boy, this could be almost too much entertainment, you know?
I saw True Lies, and I almost went to the ticket booth and said, here, I think I owe you more money.
Yeah.
Okay, I enjoyed that movie so much. Then you have The Abyss, which I think is the most underappreciated
great movie
film. So underappreciated.
I don't think you should have drowned Ed Harris.
He still lived, though.
He's still alive.
Yeah. I mean, Jim Cameron is an extremely talented director, and he wears the hat HMFIC, head mother in charge.
Yeah, and he's been involved in some other classics, Rambo: First Blood Part 2.
Yes,
a lot of stuff.
Yes.
He's a brilliant filmmaker.
So I'm a fan of Jim Cameron.
Yes.
And Jim Cameron was on the Late Show with Stephen Colbert, and he asked him what the best action adventure movie of all time is, and he said Die Hard. And I'm like,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Give it
Good. I like the guy. I genuinely like the guy. I think he's extremely talented.
Yeah.
I'm kind of Avatared out.
You switch it up a little bit.
Yeah. And I don't know what else to.
I mean, Airworld.
Yeah.
Something.
Avatar. Hey,
we're in the air.
Fairly chance of cloudy skies.
I mean, really, the only difference between this one and last one was I ended up not. I didn't really like Doogie Happenstance or whatever the kid's name is with the mask. I even annoyed me in The Way of Water.
He did annoy me too.
I liked him a little bit better in Fire and Ass. Mm-hmm. The problem is. The cynical Mike, here's the deal.
Yeah.
When I have to sit through your movie for like 4 hours and it's the same thing I just sat through a few months ago, I start to get really cynical. And part of me, the cynical Mike, was like, they're just doing this little thing with the tree roots because they got tired of paying the money for the CGI on this mask for this kid.
Right.
They just want him to just breathe the air. Just go.
No, let's compare it to, say, Avengers Infinity War. To Avengers Endgame.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Completely different motion pictures.
Endgame was
Endgame is
the idea of I fully think somebody in Marvel, I don't care that they were based on the comic book. I didn't read the comic books because I have a life.
I didn't
but you get to the end of Infinity War, because I remember when that happened and when he snapped.
Yes.
And it shows him like sitting down on his planet and the movie just ends.
Yeah.
I thought, what the hell can they possibly do?
Yeah.
Whoever in the writing crew said, let's make them go back in time and hit the other movies.
Brilliant.
Oh my God.
Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
When I realized that that's what they were doing, it was like 20 minutes in, and they broke the first. I think it's Hulk comes out and says, "I have an idea."
No, it was Ant-Man.
Was it Ant-Man?
Ant-Man.
Let's go.
Are you
going
to eat that sandwich?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. So
that was, and then from that moment, I'm all in.
Oh yeah,
all in.
And for the first time in the history of my family as a 4-piece family, all 4 of us were equally stoked out of our minds.
The way it ended with all of the different groups coming in and all that, tell you what, it's the movie version. I'm going to piss some people off with this. The way the Lord of the Rings ends with Gollum, a spoiler for a 300-year-old book at this point, with Gollum being the one to grab the ring and jump into the fire.
Yeah, well, he didn't. He fell. He fell into the fire. He didn't jump.
Jumped, leaped, pushed, sleeps with the fishes, whatever. he was not in the lava, and then he was.
Yes.
But the fact that he's the one that did that is just it's like a chef's kiss.
Yes.
A literary chef's kiss.
Yes.
And the way the Infinity War Endgame ended was the comic book version of that, with all of that coming together.
Yeah.
With Captain America, dude, at that point you'd had 23. I think it was the 23rd movie.
Yeah.
And Captain America had never said
Avengers Assemble.
Avengers Assemble.
Yeah.
And he said it.
Yeah.
And then like 5 minutes later, you got to pick it up Thor's hammer.
I peed a little.
Yeah.
I know. I lost my mind. I absolutely lost my mind.
There are still reaction videos out there of people recording audiences when he picked up the hammer.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
James,
on your
Cameron,
left.
that's what you need, something like that for the avatars.
Yeah. And they clearly do not have that.
And you got to quit with, I mean, there's only so many more times we can watch Jake be rough with the kids and then slowly learn that he might be a little too rough.
This isn't Father Knows Best.
He's losing. He's already lost a couple at this point.
Yeah.
He's like, at the beginning, he's like, here, boy, don't do it that way, boy. And then he's like, maybe I was a little too hard on him. And then his wife is like, yeah, you killed him. And, I didn't kill him or whatever had happened. Yeah. The kid is doing something. You need to chill.
Yeah.
You need to chill with it.
Yeah.
It was the same movie.
But yeah, I mean, for however long it was in between Infinity War and Endgame.
Was it the next year or was it 2 years?
I don't remember. Because I know after Infinity War...
they had some shows.
We had Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah.
And then Captain Marvel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So those quenched our thirst enough before Endgame came out. But I mean, every morning... at the breakfast table when the Foresters were there, it's like, well, how can they can't sneak up on him because he has the Vision Stone. The Mind Stone.
Yeah.
He has the Time Stone. He has the Soul Stone. Every single thing that we thought of, he can't do that. They can't because how? And I'm seriously, that movie really, it's not like we needed something to bring the family together, but boy, was it something that we enjoyed. And it was as a family.
But it was fun to go see.
So much fun.
I bought jammies for everybody. I wore my Captain America jammies.
We all had our Avengers shirt. I had my Captain America shirt. Libby wore her Captain Marvel shirt. And then Jacob had just all the Avengers. And then Cameron I had a Black Panther shirt. Yeah, and and
we were all in there, and it was great, and the people are cheering, and all that.
James Cameron, you don't have that with Avatar.
Yeah,
you just don't.
I mean, the
only thing that you have in common is the first two letters AV. There's one more thing I want to talk about, then we're going to head out. I was watching Landman, and Taylor Sheridan has put in some country songs. To go over. Oh, and like 25 minutes of the hour-long show is them driving around in their truck from oil drill to oil drill.
Yeah.
And when they do that, they play country music. And I like country music, but they played this song.
Don't tell my heart. No, achy breaky.
I wish they played Achy Breaky Heart. I would have loved Achy Breaky Heart. I just don't think you'd understand. Yeah. Woo! So there's a song that comes on. And the guy says, and I'm going to quote, I've got these lyrics printed out here.
Oh, boy.
To put it plain, I just don't like you. Not a thing about the way you is.
Oh, boy.
And if there ever comes a time I got rabies, you're high on my biting list.
My question is, what the hell?
I paused the TV and I got my phone and I'm like, what the hell is this? It's a song by Tyler Childers, and he says, yeah, you're high on the list of people getting bit if they gave me a week or two before my brain was so inflamed my spirit left my shoes. I'd want to kiss my wife, I'd want to hug my baby, but when my goodbyes are through, foaming at the mouth, high in the hackles, motherfucker, I'm gonna come for you.
Somebody was on WebMD.
Put it plain, I just don't like you. Not a thing about the way you is. Not a thing about the way you is.
People.
How is that English? That's
no.
And if there ever come the time I ever got rabies, you're high on my biting list. Woo-woo. few months ago, I was talking about Red Farron when we went to see him open up for Billy Gibbons. This makes Red Farron look like Gordon Lightfoot.
That is unfortunate.
Yeah. Memorable.
Yeah.
So memorable.
Wow.
All right, well, guys, we're out of time. We're going to go. We want you to go to irritabledadsyndrome.com. And we've had a lot of downloads in the past couple episodes.
People are jamming on it.
I really appreciate all the new listeners. And again, of course, I appreciate the old listeners. And we appreciate our patrons so much for keeping this thing afloat. If you want to become a patron, you can go to irritabledadsyndrome.com and do that. And when you do that, what do you get, Mike?
I'm sorry? I didn't know my participation was needed.
You know what?
I was off the clock, boss.
Take a break. I'll wrap up the episode.
Yeah, you go ahead.
When you go to irritabledadsyndrome.com and join our Patreon club, you get bonus episodes. You get bonus content.
Tons of audio.
Uncensored audio clips.
And
you
video.
can watch us record this thing.
It's a hoot.
It is a hoot.
Yeah.
It's a barn burner.
Yeah.
Yes. It's
and sometimes Darin censors your boy Mike here, so you get all the unfiltered Mike and the unfiltered Darin.
Unfiltered Darin. It's worth the money.
It is.
And it helps us keep the lights on. So if you want to do that, we'd appreciate it. But what we do want you to do is come back next week on Irritable Dad Syndrome.
Irritable Dad Syndrome is a Mike Odell, Darren Cox production.
Put it plain, just don't like you. Not a thing about the way you is.
One of my friends,
You're high on
they said something that required me to respond with. That's what she said.
Oh, okay.
That's what it said. I just enjoyed a moist towelette.
Yes. David Letterman.
Yeah.
My kingdom for a moist towelette. If I ever become president, okay, this is the platform I'm going to run on. Darren Cox for president. I am going to make it. Well, sorry.
But then I want a Coke and fill it up halfway and then just put water in the rest of the way. So I gotta reach into your space and make it like a square. Wait,
get your hand out of my space.
Look at that, a square right there. Right, right there.
Yeah,
right there. See it?
I see it.
Where it would be.
Yes.
And then you could like touch. It's like I see that. That's Idris Elba.
Yep.
It'd be awesome.
I can't wait.
Well, I'm glad you guys showed up.
Hi, I'm Darin.
What the hell? Hold on. There was a weird when you said I'm Darin. It went like. Sorry. We had 4 people that and they all left.
And they all left?
Yeah. They thought it was a cooking show.
I'm not saying they're dumb, but I'm not saying they're smart either.
Here's the deal.
Oh God, did I cross a line there? Sorry.
I don't even.
I'm gonna edit that out.
So I feel like we were mean to James Cameron. Put that where you need to put it. That's what she said.
Okay, show's over. Nothing to see here. Everyone go home. It's a circus out there.